Well, a celebration of lights tonight in Boise. Chanukah has been underway since the weekend this year, and the Chabad Jewish Center and Lieutenant Governor Brad Little will be lighting the Gem State's tallest menorah tonight. And Rabbi Mendel Lifshitz is joining us this morning from the Chabad Jewish Center. Thanks so much for getting up early with us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
We appreciate it. And I'm excited to talk about this because this is something that really is special, I think, not just for the Jewish community, but for the community of Boise and the Treasure Valley. Pretty neat stuff going on tonight. And wanted to ask you, Chanukah started, I believe, at sundown on Saturday, correct?
That's correct.
Can you go over some of the history and significance of Chanukah to the Jewish people?
Sure. The story of Chanukah goes back over 2,100 years ago. And ultimately, the Jewish people had been living in Israel with the temple in Jerusalem being the focal point of Jewish life. The Syrian Greeks at the time had forbade the Jewish people from practicing any other traditions. And ultimately, a small band of Jews resisted and gathered together and said, we're going to fight for our principles, we're going to fight for our faith, we're going to fight for our religious freedom. The Greeks had defiled the temple. They had ultimately brought idols in and ransacked the temple. There was a complete disarray amongst the Jewish people, and many Jews were scared. Ultimately, this little band of Hasmoneans and the Maccabees came together and fought back against the Greeks, and miraculously, even though they were outnumbered by 10 to 1, they won the military battle. Wow. So that was considered a great military victory. But when they got back to the temple, that's when things started getting a little interesting, because the temple was still in ruins, and even though they had defeated the Greeks, now what do? How do you practice your faith?
Yeah.
So they came into the temple, and there was no way to light the menorah. There was a menorah in the temple that was lit every single day. And it was defiled. They had to build a new menorah, but there was no oil for it because all the oil needed to be sealed with the seal of the high priest. And ultimately, they found one jug of oil that was still intact. They lit the menorah, and miraculously, it lasted for 8 days. So wow. We celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days.
And that's why, and also the significance of the menorah and the candles even nowadays as well. And that's what we're talking about tonight, is when the Lieutenant Governor is also joining with you to help light that. Now, this is the 5th day of Hanukkah, so tell us a little bit about this giant menorah that's going to be in downtown Boise.
Sure. The menorah in downtown Boise has been a symbol of Hanukkah, but more importantly, I believe, a symbol of religious freedom, a symbol of light over darkness, a symbol of good over evil, and that's why it's really something that's universal and something that's a message to the entire community, to ourselves, to others, about the principles that we believe in and about the freedom that we cherish so much. Every year, many people from all over the community come out to join us for that. And
people who are parts of the Jewish community and those who aren't Jewish as
Correct.
Well. And I wanted to know, what kind of things have you heard from people who aren't of your faith, who have attended, and what kind of feedback have you gotten from them? Because I understand it's a really neat cultural experience as well. Absolutely.
Everybody is thrilled to participate because at the end of the day, it's a chance for people to come together and understand each other. It definitely displays how Boise is a really diverse place in which Jews feel very at home and very comfortable here.
And we love that you brought in a smaller menorah. Of course, the one tonight is 13 feet tall, the tallest one in the Gem State. So that's at 7 p.m. tonight at the intersection of Capitol and Myrtle. And I understand also some traditional Jewish refreshments as well.
That's
afterwards.
right.
What are the name of the pancakes? How do you say them? Latkes. Okay.
Latkes.
You can see why I needed help on that.
They're fried in oil, and that's precisely because of the miracle of the oil.
Okay, so a wonderful experience to, like you said, a symbol of light over darkness, a symbol of religious freedom, and people coming together. That's tonight at 7 p.m. So, Rabbi, we appreciate your little history lesson, and of course, for joining us and for taking part in that menorah lighting this evening. Thanks so much.
Thank you.